This one item is going to pay for my entire thrift haul. What's up, you guys? My name is Eric with Dudethriftclothing. If this is your first time here, welcome to the channel. I'm pretty much just documenting my journey as a full-time men's clothing reseller. So if you're into that type of content, make sure to subscribe to the channel and also give this video a like if you enjoyed it. In this thrift haul, I have 39 total items and I spent $401.80, which comes out to $10.30 per item. And that's below my yearly cost of goods average, which I'm at $10.60 per item. So anytime I can get below that, it's always a good day. And also 39 items is a little bit high. I typically get between 20 and 30 items on a full day of sourcing. This was from 9 in the morning to 4:30 in the afternoon. And like I said, I typically get between 20 and 30. So 39 items is a very, very good day. I have a lot of really great items. Hopefully you guys enjoy, and make sure to stick around to the end because this is a very crazy find. This is gonna pay for my entire thrift haul. So let's get straight into the first one. Here I got a blazer jacket, and this one is Hermenegildo Zegna. And if you can see there under the Hermenegildo Zegna, it says 15 mil 15. And that's a very luxurious material. And this one's 100% merino wool. And what that means is pretty much that the material is very soft and very lightweight. It almost kind of has like a cashmere feel to it. But the 15 mil 15 is something that you need to be on the lookout for. I'm not sure if they have it for other brands, but I've seen that in a lot of Hermenegildo Zegna blazers and jackets and suits. And that's definitely going to add value to this. I think I'm probably going to get between 100 and 200 bucks. And for this one, I paid $4.99. So $4.99, like you can't really beat that price for a blazer. But yeah, be on the lookout for that. And obviously Hermenegildo Zegna is a very good brand. It could also be a miss in a lot of blazers. I don't really pick up Hermenegildo Zegna older blazers, like from the 90s, 80s. There's a lot that don't do really that good. And especially if it doesn't have a pattern, I usually skip those. All right, next up, I got this Tommy Bahama blazer. And I honestly don't pick up a lot of these. I mean, I don't really find these, but if you can find the ones that are silk or linen, those are gonna do better than the ones that are like cotton. And I spent $7.99 for this one. And this one's a big size. Typically for Tommy Bahama clothing, the bigger the size, the better. And I think I'm gonna get like 50 bucks. Honestly, if this doesn't sell within like the next couple of weeks or at least a month, it's probably gonna end up selling like around March or April, just because more people are searching during that time for like linen and silk blazers, especially Tommy Bahama ones. But for $8, I should get over $50. This is a really nice one. This is a nice full zip sweater. Has the elbow patches. And this one's a vintage Polo Ralph Lauren. And how much did I pay? I paid $12.91 for this one. And the cool thing about this one is that it's 100% cashmere. So anytime you can find 100% cashmere on a Polo Ralph Lauren item, even if it's not vintage, it's gonna do pretty good. And I've sold similar ones to this, but without the elbow patches for around 70 to 80 bucks. The only thing you have to be careful is with cashmere items, you have to really check carefully to see if like there's no holes, because usually there are holes, unfortunately. But so I gotta check this over. I did already check it in the thrift store. I checked it when I came back home, and I honestly didn't see any holes, but I constantly have to be checking. For $12.91, I think I'm gonna be able to get maybe like between 80 and 100, especially with the elbow patches. That's definitely gonna be a good keyword to use on this. So very good find on that one. Next up, I'm going to show you guys a couple of Suit Supply blazers. First, I got this one right here. And all these are like super, super good. Like the better blazers you can find in Suit Supply. So there's the tag. And the good thing about this one, it pretty much has like all the really good material fabrics that you want to be on the lookout for. It has wool, silk, linen, and cashmere. And I paid $6.99. And this one's kind of like a nice, like grayish, light green color. And this model for Suit Supply, actually, I think this one, they ripped out the tag, but I think this one's the Havana, which is one of the better models for Suit Supply. And usually all the Suit Supply blazers, they have the surgeon cuff where you can uncuff here on the sleeve. So it's always good. People like that. It could also be a good keyword to add to the title if you have enough space. Man, but for $7, oh, I forgot to mention, it also has the E. Thomas fabric. This is a really good fabric that you want to be on the lookout for. So you're going to find E. Thomas in a lot of like really great brands, obviously like Suit Supply, Brooks Brothers, brands like that are really popular. Let me show you the tag one more time. E. Thomas. I'll always add that to the title. So I put Suit Supply and then E. Thomas. And this one's going to probably go between $150 to $200. And that's just based on experience. I don't really look up solds for Suit Supply blazers anymore because I already have my own like data that I've accumulated over the years of selling them. So, and I've sold similar ones to this one for around $150 to $200. I'll probably end up pricing that one like at $200 and try to accept offers over $150. And here I got this one right here. This one's another nice one. This one has wool, silk, and linen. No cashmere, but it should still do very good. And this one was also $6.99. And it also has this other fabric company. This one is called Fratelli Taglia di Delfino. You're not going to really see this fabric in a lot of like higher end brands, but I'm not sure if I'm going to add that to the title. We'll see. But this one's just a nice blue one. And the fact that it's silk and linen, that's going to elevate the value quite a bit. If it was just 100% wool, it wouldn't go for as much as I think it's going to go for. I'm going to end up pricing this one a little bit less than the other one. I would say like $150. Try to get over $100. Here I got another blazer. This one has the unstructured. Has a nice pattern as well. I try to stick to ones that have just good patterns. And this one's a Bonobos. Now Bonobos, I don't pick up most of their items, but when it comes to blazers like this, they always do good for me. And this one's a slim fit, so that's going to help the value. And I paid $8.99. And this one also has this fabric company. This one's Lanificio di Fabio. So anytime you can add like a fabric company like this to the title, it's probably going to help it sell a little bit. And this one has a lot of really good things going for it. It's lightweight. It's more like on the modern side. Bonobos, they make blazers more like modern blazers. So a lot of them you're going to see without the liner, which in my experience does better. So you can add in the title either unstructured, or if there's not enough space in the title, I like to add unlined. So that's another keyword that people use. I think I'm going to get over $100 for this one. This one's one of the nicer Bonobos blazers that I found. But good brand in blazers. I pick up most of them for under like $20. All right, here I got a brand that this is my first time picking it up in a blazer. And this one is called Dax London. So be on the lookout for that tag. After looking at the comps, they actually do pretty good for a blazer. And I paid $8.99 for this one. And there was another one at the store that was just like a plain, like a navy blue one that didn't have a pattern. So I left that one behind. But as I mentioned in other videos, when it comes to blazers and suits, I prefer the ones that have a nice pattern. So this one has a pretty cool pattern. It has a houndstooth as well. And it also has like gold buttons. So anytime you can find or you see a blazer that has gold buttons, just always check it out because you just never know. And people like the gold buttons. So good pattern, good brand. This one's going to do pretty good. I'm going to try to fetch between $80 and $100. I think that's a reasonable amount that I can get for that one. Here I got a Polo Ralph Lauren hoodie. This one's one of like their lightweight ones. And this one was a big pony. And also has the spell out here on the sleeve. So it's pretty cool. It has the Polo Ralph Lauren and then the US flag. I don't know if I can add like rugby to the title because it's not necessarily like a rugby style. It does have that look. But this one's the lighter weight hoodies from Polo Ralph Lauren. And to top it off, it's a really good size, 2XL. And for this one, I paid $14.91. But I honestly think I can get like around 50 bucks. I'm gonna price this like at $59.99 and try to get 50, maybe like over 40. Anytime you can find like a Polo Ralph Lauren item that has a big pony or just something out of the norm, like something unique. In this case, it has the big spell out and the flag, stuff like that is gonna do pretty good. All right, here I got another Suit Supply blazer in a nice brown color. And this one was also wool, silk, and linen. And this one also had the E. Thomas fabric. And I paid $7.99 for this one. And the same as the first one that I showed you guys, it's probably going to get closer to like $200, or at least I'm going to try. Also has the contrast color buttons right there. Yeah, I'm going to end up pricing this one like at 200 bucks. Try to get over 150. Here I got this blazer. This one's a J. Crew. Now I typically get the J. Crew Ludlow. Usually says Ludlow here. But this one was nice enough where I was like, I don't mind paying up for this one. Has the elbow patches. I'm not sure if you can see the material, but it has like that tweed texture. And I paid 20 bucks for this one. But this one's a really nice one. I think I'm going to be able to get between, I would say, $70 and $100. So I paid 20. If I sell it for at least 70 bucks, I'm going to end up making like what, $30 to $40 net profit. That's pretty good. All right, let's move away from the blazers just for a little bit. Here I got a full zip jacket by the brand Kajus, or if you want to pronounce it correctly, it's Schuss. I think this brand originated in Switzerland, so the pronunciation is Schuss. It can be a pretty good brand when it comes to like their jackets. When it comes to other items like their polos, they don't do as good for me personally, so I usually skip those. But their jackets do good. Their golf pants also can do pretty good. And for this one, I paid 20 bucks. And I think for most shoes items, you're gonna find like the exact model here on the tag. So this one is called the retention jacket. Men's retention jacket. 20 bucks, it may sound a little bit high for this, but believe it or not, this is probably gonna go for over 80 bucks. Especially right now, this is the perfect time to be picking up items like this. So I don't mind paying $20, and I'm gonna try to get at least $80 for that one. And by the way, that's like a golf brand, so they make a lot of polos, golf pants, golf shorts, and stuff like that. Now we're gonna get back into the suits. Here I got the pants. Here's the jacket. This one's just like a navy solid color. For this one, I paid $12.99. Luckily, I was at the right place at the right time. The new Rex was rolling out and I found this one. And this one's a J. Crew Ludlow. It was a slim fit as well. And the cool thing about this one is it has the Laurel Piana fabric. So anytime you can find the Laurel Piana fabric accompanied with a J. Crew suit, it's going to do very good. Very, very good. And the size is pretty decent too. This one's a 38S. If this was like one size lower, it would probably take a little bit longer to sell, but 38 is still a pretty decent size for suits and blazers. So for 13 bucks, a two-piece suit is going to do very good. This one's probably going to go for over $100 for sure. I'm probably going to end up pricing like at $149.99 and try to get over 100 bucks. All right, next up, I got some hiking pants, and I paid $8 for this one. This one's a pretty good hiking brand called Outdoor Research. A lot of their button-ups, their shorts don't go for that much like they used to, but when it comes to like their hiking pants, their jackets still do pretty good. And again, you're gonna find the model here on the tags usually. This one's called the men's hike pants. Hopefully I'm pronouncing that right. Hike or hiak pants. So for $8, I think I'm gonna get over $40. These are nice. They have like the drawstring here. They have like some, they're fleece lined as well. So these are gonna do pretty good. I would say over 40 bucks. All right, so here's a brand that a lot of people wouldn't think is a pickup for blazers. But once you check the comps, you're gonna see why I picked it up. I paid $9.99. And this one's a Johnston and Murphy. Now the only models that I pick up in this brand for blazers are the ones that have the XC4 Extreme Comfort, and also there's another one that's called the Flex. So those two are the only ones that I pick up. There might be another one, but those are the only two that I found. And go ahead and check the comps for this, you guys. This one's a really good pickup, and I already sold one for 100 bucks, and I paid $9.99. So this one's a really good one. Has like a nice purplish blue color. Has a good pattern as well. This is like a performance-y, stretchy one, so it's gonna do good. So the last one that I sold was for $100, and I'm gonna try to get between 80 and 100. All right, this is a really cool find, you guys, because if you're not careful and you're going through the polos, you're probably gonna skip it if you're going like really fast. And this one is it's a basic polo. Doesn't really catch your attention. But this one's a Laurel Piana. So the tag is like pretty small. And to be honest, like the material is not that good. And I paid $6.99. But it's crazy, man. The comps for a polo like this can go upwards to like $200. There's a lot of solds for over 100 bucks. The bad thing about this one, it does have like a little spot right here. Other than that, everything checks out. But I mean, for $7, even if I sell it for like $50, that's still a win for me. But realistically, I think I can get probably between like 70 and 100 bucks. So I might end up just listing this one a little bit high and see if somebody sends me like a $70 offer. That'll be pretty cool. Here I got another Polo Ralph Lauren item. And this one's a quarter button-up knit sweater. I paid $7.99, and this one was also cashmere. It was 85% silk and 15% cashmere. The only bad thing was that it was a size small. I kind of wish it was like a medium or a large. It definitely do a little bit better. For $8, I've sold similar ones before. Again, you have to make sure there's no holes, especially items like this. People usually donate them because there's holes, right? So you got to make sure there's no holes. But if everything checks out, this is going to be a really nice sale. I'm going to say like close to probably between 70 and 100 bucks as well. I sold similar one, I think for like 70 last year. And here we got another cashmere item. Typically around this time, I love picking up cashmere blazers. Pretty much anything that has cashmere, that's a good brand. I usually pick it up. And I paid $9.99 for this one. And this is a brand that I honestly skip 99% of the time. And this one's a Nieman Marcus. Some other items can do good. Some of their jackets or their coats can do pretty good, but I usually just skip them. But the fact that this was 100% cashmere, that's the only reason that I got it. And it's a pretty cool one. Very soft. Obviously, if you never felt cashmere, the material before, it's a very soft texture. So this one should do pretty good. It was only 10 bucks. I'm going to try to get probably between like $60 and $80. All right, guys, sometimes I get items that it's not based off of a brand, which I don't honestly recommend. But once you start doing this long enough, you kind of just know like what's going to sell based on the style. And check out this vest right here. This one has a nice denim, and it's also reversible. And then here you got the wool with the plaid. And this one was $3.99. So for that price, you can't really go wrong for an item like this. There's a lot of good keywords that I can play with in the title. I can do plaid, wool, reversible, denim, vintage, and it's also quilted, so I can use that in the title as well. And to be honest, I'm not sure how much I can get for this. Maybe, hopefully at least 40 bucks. We'll see. I'll let you guys know. All right, next up here, I got a new with tag butter cloth. This is a brand that's come down a lot in value over the past couple of years. I paid up 15 bucks just because it was new with tags. The new with tag ones still do pretty good. And this one has like a nice polka dot pattern. Also has the flip cuff. I think the ones that say like icy cotton, those do a little bit better. But to be honest, I usually skip the used ones. New with tags, I'll pick it up under 15 bucks and I'll get like probably between $40 and $50. All right, here I got some proof pants. This model is called the Rover, so they're proof Rover pants. These are also slim fit, and I paid $12.99. They sell these on the Hugberry website, so you can use that in your title. Hugberry, also Flint and Tinder. I think Flint and Tinder, yeah, they sell it on Hugberry. So I always use the Hugberry keyword in the title, because people are going to be searching, right? If they like items from Hugberry, they're going to go on eBay and they're going to search for brands, and they're probably going to put the Hugberry word in there. So, and also I didn't even notice, but it has like this layout here on the pocket of a phone. So that's probably going to decrease the value just a little bit. But sometimes I get over 40 bucks if it's like in perfect condition. For this one, I think I'm going to get like over $30. All right, guys, if you're enjoying this video, make sure to give it a like. It helps the channel grow. And also let me know in the comments any cool finds that you found lately in the thrift store, the bins, the flea markets, wherever. Let me know. All right, next up, I got this linen blazer by the brand Jose Bank. I think Joseph is like one of their lines. It's one of like their cheaper lines, I believe. But this one was linen. Has a pretty boring window pane pattern. I think the price was good. $8.99. That's not bad. I'm not going to get a lot for this. The fact that it's linen, it's definitely going to help it sell, but I'm probably end up getting like between 35 and 50 bucks. And to be honest, if you're just starting out getting blazers, I honestly don't recommend picking up any Jose Bank just because they take a little bit longer to sell. It's not like it's a quick seller. There's a lot of people looking for Jose Bank blazers. It's just very saturated on eBay, and there's just so many listed. You really have to find ones that are just gonna stick out, like linen, good materials, obviously like that, good patterns as well. So this one, 35 to 50. Here I got a Peter Millar Perth quarter zip. These have been pretty steady for me. For $5.99. I wish this was a 2XL. They do definitely a lot better. This one's an extra large. And they usually have like embroideries here on the sleeve. and on the chest as well sometimes. But like I said, if you can find a Peter Millar Perth quarter zip size 2XL, those definitely do better. You can get upwards to like 40 bucks. But this one, extra large, navy blue color. You can find the colors that are a little bit more brighter, like a lighter blue, or they have like a green one. Those are going to do a lot better as well. This one, I think I'm going to get between like 25 and 35. Next up, I got the North Face High Vent 2.5 jacket, and I paid $15. I did not look this up in the thrift store, so when I got home, I checked the comps, and they don't do as good as I remember. And this one is a High Vent, yeah, 2.5. I honestly remember selling one of these last year for like $80. And the comps, from what I saw, they go between like 30 and 50. So I don't know, for $15, hopefully I can get like at least $40. Here, next up, I got some vintage Polo Ralph Lauren corduroy pants. I usually skip these, but we're in the right time right now where people are looking for these. And it's also a yellow color, so you don't really see like these vintage Polo Ralph Lauren corduroy pants in yellow. Also, if you can find like the red ones, those do a little bit better than like your normal colors, like the brown, navy blue, those type of colors. But this one should do pretty good. I paid $6.99. I think I should be able to get over 30 bucks. Here I got some work right pants. I've actually done pretty good with these. I think like, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think like people that are firefighters or in some type of like people that need flame resistant type of clothing, they like to pick these up. So I usually get over 30 bucks. We'll see how much I get on this one. I paid $6.99, but if I can get like between 25 and 30, that's a good pickup for me. Next up, I got some Lululemon joggers. Now this is one of the better joggers that you can find in Lululemon. This one is called the Surge Jogger. I paid pretty high, $16.91 for this one. And I didn't notice either that one of the drawstring is stuck. So that might decrease the value a little bit. If the drawstring was out and everything checked out and it was in perfect condition, I would probably get like around 50 bucks for this, but I think I'm gonna get like around $40. And it also has like the ankle zipper, so be on the lookout for those. Here I got a Flit and Tinder. These are called the 365 pants. It's also slim fit, and I paid $8.99. Good color. That one should go for between 25 and 35. Here I got another one. Here I got the Flit and Tinder. Same price, brown color, between 25 and 35. Here I got a Jane Barnes button-up shirt for $5.99. Now this brand used to do really good, probably like close to like 10 years ago. Around 2017, I remember when I moved to Texas, I was thrifting on the side a little bit, but I remember every time that I found Jane Barnes, it was always a pickup, and I would sell them for like over $40 pretty consistently, and the value has come down a lot. And the only ones that I pick up are ones that have a nice abstract pattern, geometric pattern, and also the ones that have silk, from my experience, still do pretty good, either silk or linen. I think the silk ones do a little bit better. For $6, this one's gonna do pretty good, probably like $30. But it's gonna take some time. It's not gonna, like before, they would pretty much like sell instantly. It's gonna take some time, but I think $30 is a pretty good price. Next up, I got some Rag & Bone chino pants, and I paid $5.99. This is just an item that I've sold pretty consistently. The rag and bone jeans, I usually get over 30 bucks. Their chino pants, I usually get between 20 and 30. And items like this that are good brands, good items that I know that I've sold before, and the price is $5.99. These are the types of items that I love to get because it definitely helps my cost of goods come down. Next up, I got this Mizzen+Main. I don't pick up a lot of Mizzen+Main shirts, but the ones that I do pick up are nice floral patterns like this one. Even the short sleeve ones. And I paid $8.99. This one's gonna do very, very good. Probably around 30 bucks. In the same thrift store, I also found this Lululemon button-up shirt. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think this one is called the Air Easy button-up shirt or something like that, something Air. And I paid $4.99. If you can find the ones that have a nice pattern like this one, just like an abstract pattern, it's gonna do better than the more solid ones. Like I said, this was like the stretchy ones. Very good materials. It feels very good quality. I think I should get over 30. And here I got another one of those, but this one's just a solid white color. Now, for the white ones, you really do have to be careful. If you're picking up anything that's just all white, it usually has some type of stain. So make sure to check under the armpits. But this one looks pretty clean. And I paid $4.99. The more time you're out in the thrift store or in the bins or just going through clothes, the more you're going to know just by looking at the back of this shirt that this is Lululemon. There's usually always a logo here on the back. This one has it on the side, like the Lululemon logo right there. Sometimes they have it here on the back left side. For some of the ones that have the pockets, sometimes they have the size dot inside the pocket, but this one's gonna do pretty good. Probably less than the other one just because it's a solid color. I'm gonna say between 25 and 30. I love picking up these pants. These are Built Everyday Pant 2.0. These are one of the better pants when it comes to Built. These always do good, over 30 bucks. And I paid, how much? And I paid $9.99 for this one. This one's a nice like brown color, over 30. All right, next up, I got a pretty under the radar brand. This one is called the Perfect Jean NYC. And this one's the athletic fit. So if you check the comps do really, really good. And I paid 10 bucks for this one. And I should get between like 25 and 35 bucks. Here's kind of like their logo. It kind of looks like the Rag and Bone logo. It looks very similar. I wonder if Rag and Bone and this brand have like some type of connection. But it's a pretty decent brand. I do not pick up all of their jeans. I think the athletic fit one do pretty good. So I should get between 25 and 35. Next up, I got this New with Tag Callaway polo. Now, I normally don't pick up Callaway polos. It was $6.99. But the only reason I picked it up was because it was new with tag and it had a nice pattern. So if this was new with tag and there was really no pattern, even if it was like a stripe pattern, I wouldn't pick it up. But the fact that it has a pretty cool golf pattern, somebody's gonna like this. So for 7 bucks, I'm probably gonna get like between $25 and $30. But like I said, I normally don't pick up Callaway anything. Maybe some other items can do pretty good, but it's just an item that I honestly don't really pick up. All right, next up, I got some cool pants. And this model is called the Revolver. You're usually gonna find the name of the model here inside of the pants. And for this one, I paid $9.99. This one's a nice brown color. These I usually get over 30 bucks. I got these vintage Levi's jeans. I paid $12.99. And these are the 540. I'm not sure if these are women's. If you guys know anything about Levi's, let me know in the comments. Now the size, it did have the waist and the length, which I know usually is for men's. So this one has the black bat wing. This one's a 36 by 30. I'm not too familiar how to read the Levi's dates. If I had to guess, probably like 80 or maybe early 2000s. I have no idea. But it's kind of cool. It does have like some spots here on the back, which I did not see. But when it comes to like vintage items, if the spots or stains are minimal, people don't really mind too much. But and to be honest, I actually got this item just to check it out. And when I went to check out my items to pay for my items, I had this in my hand still. So hopefully I can get like at least $30. All right, guys, and this is the last item that I'm going to show you. This one item is probably going to pay for my entire thrift trip, which I spent $401. And this is an item that you're probably not going to find that very often, especially in thrift stores. This one's a Ralph Lauren double RL blazer. You don't really find, well, for starters, you don't really find the Ralph Lauren double RL in general. This is probably like my third time finding an item from double RL. But even the blazers, I think, are more rare to find. I paid $7.99. And I think this one's, I'm going to try to get over $400. And the cool thing about this one, it has a nice houndstooth pattern. If this one didn't have any pattern, it would probably go for a little bit less. I don't know if I'm going to be able to get the $400 price, but I'm going to end up pricing this like at $500. And hopefully I can accept like a $400 offer. But anytime you find this logo, please do not pass it up. This is one of the higher end lines for Polo Ralph Lauren. It's up there like with the Polo Ralph Lauren purple label. I found jeans before. I think I found a sweater as well. But this is the first time that I found a blazer in double RL. So be on the lookout for that one. All right, guys, if you enjoyed this video, make sure to give it a like. It helps the channel grow. And if you're not subscribed yet, make sure to consider subscribing, because I'm going to come out with more videos just like this every single week. So thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.